Good evening, all. Welcome back to Week 2, Division 1, Real Humans versus RAF Paragons. It should be an interesting few games today, and we are here with Chok Chai again as my co-host.
Nice to meet you all.
So, from the first week we saw, it was the Paragons versus the Krakens. It was good games, very close few games at the start. Um, I'm very excited for these games that are coming up. They should be really good. Um, we're about to jump into the draft. We'll just confirm with these guys that we're ready. Cool. Let's hop into it. Hopefully we don't have any hiccups with the drafting website again. Cool. Ready to go. It'd be quite interesting to see what picks we have this time. We've heard that the Real Humans have been practicing a lot of different comps, so it'd be hard for the Paragons to ban out what they are going to pick. What do you think about that?
I've played against the Paragon members a lot. They tend to do well with team fighting comp. They
Hmm.
struggle with split push, so I can see them banning a lot of split push champs, especially targeting top lane. Um, Not really seeing real humans play at all, so I don't know what their strategy is going to be.
Hmm. We unfortunately missed their first game. They weren't able to uh, get it streamed, but this time it will be. We've got a Annie and Galio ban on the Paragon side, with a Zaya and Pantheon ban for the Real Humans. I think at this level of elo that they're playing at, this level of play, they're not really looking to ban out um, players' personal preferences for champions. They're more looking to ban out what counters their comp. Would you agree?
I agree there.
Yeah, as we can see, there's a few ADC bans, a few support bans going out there. We've got the first pick for the Paragons here. No, this is game one, first game of the day. Let's see what pick is first. Lilia pick. I am going to assume that's a jungle pick there. Into an Ornn pick. That'll be on Dom. We do know Dom loves his Ornn. Who are the Real Humans going to pick this time? Into a Jhin pick. Okay. I've got a soft spot for Jhin in my heart. I do love him. Any picks you would like to see other than Trundle?
Uh, Honestly, when they looked in Ornn, I was thinking Trundle immediately. Unless Paragon's top laner can counter with something that just counters Ornn, like a Fiora.
Oh,
But nope, there we go. That's the Trundle top to counter
ah,
the Ornn.
could be a. Oh no, it's not a flex pick because they've already picked Lilia.
I could be jungle to be fair, but after seeing Ornn picked, I reckon that's a Trundle top locked in.
I think you're right there. Paragon's lacking a bit of front line here, to be honest. Trundle, albeit scary, can be bursted down quite quickly. Same with Lilia. If you can catch her, then she's not really that tanky. But Ornn is tanky and does damage.
It's like Paragons might be going for that Ornn split push. And maybe look for the 4v4, try and draw Ornn out into the side lanes with the Trundle, and then play a good 4v4 team fighting comp.
It's Toxic
Syndra
and
mid.
Shy casting today. Syndra mid, yep. And then we're going back to the
You know what I
bands. We've
think
got a
about
Swain
Syndra
ban.
mid? A really good. Yeah.
What's that? What's that
You know
about
what
Syndra?
you know how I rate Syndra mid? She's just a really good scaling champ mage.
Yeah, she's really good with her control too. Really, really good for depushing or
Super safe and super blind pickable as well. So
yeah.
really liking Real Humans comp right now.
Wonder who they're going
Paragons
to
is going to
pair up with
struggle if they
Vayne
don't.
here.
Looks like it might have to be an Enchanter, but Paragons is going to struggle if they don't lock in maybe something tanky or hard
Yeah.
CC. It's kind of rough that they picked Lilia first.
Last pick for the Paragons. There we go. We've got Viban.
I can probably see a Paragons looking in Rise mid here for that bit of tankiness and
It'd be
safe.
good for sending
Wave
Trundle
clear.
to a side lane after a team fight if they win it.
Yeah, definitely. Kindred jungle.
I wonder who they're going to lock in for support here. On the Real Human side, because they can't leave Ornn by himself to soak up all the damage, especially with a Vayne. This is looking like a fantastic game for Vayne here. To destroy that front line. And to a victor, yeah. They might be playing for a late game here, the Paragons. I think they might be hoping for a game one from last week. If they can let Vayne scale to the end, then she's going to be pretty scary. Into a Leona pick. Okay. Right. There we have it. What do you think to the teams?
Oh, I really like Real Humans' draft here. They've got a really strong top laner and good CC with the Syndra, Ornn and Leona.
Yeah.
They can easily pill for the Jhin and Kindred. Their team fighting's going to be very strong if they get ahead early. Paragons, I'm not even sure if they win it if they bring this game to late, you know?
No, I
But
don't
it is
think
a Vayne
so.
and Victor, like you say, and a
Yeah.
split push in Trundle could be a disaster late game.
Yeah. I'm worried for this Lilia here. I don't think she's going to be able to get a big 5-man ult off at all this game, especially with a Syndra sat in the back line. She'll just shove him away when he gets close. I think they're going to have to try and focus on stopping this Kindred from getting her marks. Just going to have to try and stop any scaling they can from this team fight. These fights coming up.
Do you reckon
I'm
there's going to be a
excited.
lot of fights breaking out from Kindred trying to take her marks?
It's either that, or they're just going to have to set up a lot of defensive wards and counter jungle. We really do not want to let that Kindred get her marks. She will run the Paragons down if she gets away with getting her marks early. Exciting games coming up though, I'm looking forward to this. It's a game I've been waiting for a while now. We're going to be put into a bit of a spectator delay, and then we'll be able to jump into the games. Cool. Although, Vane's going to have to play very safe this game, I think. She gets
Yeah,
locked
she needs
down
to
by
look to
that
play
Leona.
safe and scale into late.
Yeah, she's going to have to be the last one into the fight at all times, because she's going to be their only source of damage against this one. I mean, they've got Lilia and Victor who will be able to burn them, and but yeah, it's a tricky
So the
game.
way I see it is Leona can catch any one of them, even the Braum, and
Mm,
the rest of real humans can just burst them down. So it comes to a game of, are you going to get caught by the Leona or not?
that's true. Braun, I think, is a fairly good pick here. With well, I'm not sure actually. Can he stop on R with
I
his
think he
shield?
can.
Well, I think it might be why they've picked him then. And he can also prevent that Jin fourth shot. Just gonna have to time it very well.
Yeah, if played well, this could be a very good support pick.
We've got Dom T602, the Orn Master, feeding us the information that he can. Thank you for that.
So I just give a shout out to Ski Slayer. It's his birthday today. He's turning the big 24.
Oh, he's getting there. He's getting on, isn't he?
Getting on.
35 seconds. GG Boomer Ski. You're gonna have to go into your retirement days. Cool, and that is us ready into game one. I'll wait for a little bit of a loading screen. Cool, here we go. Just sort that out.
You reckon the early game plan is for both teams here?
I think they're just going to 5-point. I don't think either team has a very good engage comp level 1. They just don't have that ability to lock them down. They are, yep, they're looking for that early vision control of raptors. Should be key for locating where the uh, jungler is later on. Yeah.
Personally, I think this game relies on can you get Trundle fed or not. A fed Trundle split push is going to be a massive nuisance.
Yeah, but Ornn can play very safe here, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But just for late game, if you've got a Trundle splitting and the team's going to try and answer him, he's taking a lot of pressure away from the rest of Paragons, so they can always look for a fight.
Yeah, I agree there. We'll have to see how this plays out. I think the Paragons do scale harder here, especially with Victor and Vayne. But the real humans, they do have Syndra and Jhin and Kindred. But it gets to a point where Jhin stops scaling. Yeah, there's a few trades up in the top lane. Old man Sam taking quite a bit of damage here. He's going to open himself up to a gank.
Every lane looking even so far, but Trundle's taken a few losing trades.
He has,
And now
yeah.
the wave's pushing towards him.
He's just going to try and pick up as much farm as he can. There's a bit of anti-synergy with the... Or not, I wouldn't say synergy, sorry. But with Trundle Wall, gives the Ornn the opportunities to engage on his wall instead of his own. Dom sat in the top lane looking very healthy, and he's going to engage. He does get first blood there. He's going to take a few tower shots. He's,
Solo kill.
yeah, it's cheeky solo bolo.
Takes a few tower shots, but dies with his wave under Trundle's tower,
It's
so
going to force him to
he'll probably
TP.
look to bounce back. Trundle already very behind here.
Vayne is up on CS on the Jhin here. Neither have used their pots. First Kindred mark
Lilia?
on Raptors. Lilia's jungle. She's not going to be able to get there.
Lilia could look for the Krugs into a bot lane gank here. Real
could.
humans don't have any wards up.
There's a lot of wards on blue side, to be fair. One in a tri-bush. One in Kindred's, just outside of Kindred's Raptors, which I think she was just spotted on after coming from Scuttle. Paragons are looking to do an early Drake here.
Real humans are running down to them though.
They are. Are they going to get there in time though? I don't think so. They might be able to collapse on this though. Chris is sat with no mana at the moment. They do smite the Drake. Oh, it's a huge Syndra. Vayne isn't going to get the kill. She is going to get taken down. Feats of Warfare is going to go to the real humans here. Okay. That was a fairly messy engage there. It was hard. Chris needed to get his back off before that Drake was up, so he had mana to participate in that fight.
I feel like Paragon's made a bit of a mistake there, so they ended up getting the Drake. They could have just D-pushed and just ran straight away from that, but the bot lane walked up into that banana bush with no vision. Got caught out by Syndra EQ and Leona's E as well.
That is 2
It's
kills
tough
to
one now.
the Jhin too, which is very, very big. We do see Trundle still being lane bullied by Dom here. Kindred is in the jungle. They're looking
Lilia
to do a
invading the top
gank.
side.
She's been spotted on the ward. Paragons are going to look to play safe, but Ginger Man is looking to engage. Rightly slow, they do peel off from that fight.
Ornn could be in a bit of trouble here. Ornn
Oh,
flashes and E's. Lilia ult goes off.
Does just... Are they going to be able to get this? It's going to be very close. Okay. Ornn just surviving after using his flash and R.
However, because Lilia's shown top, this Kindred knows that she won't be bot side anytime soon, so takes her red.
They don't have any defensive vision. They might have seen Kindred walk in through their wards that they already put down. Leona is sat top, but Trundle does back. Leona's going to look to maybe get some deep vision here.
Leona's looking to clear all the vision here and try and play for this grub's objective.
Braum is still bot lane. It's going to give them prio for the grubs.
Kindred's starting grubs, but I don't think any lane is in a position to contest right now.
No, with Mild Man Sam being as far down as he is at the moment, unfortunately. 20 CS down. Not a lot of health to his name. It's going to be pretty rough for him to get involved in much.
So the game's going to be quite rough for him top lane until he gets Ravenous Hydra. Then he can look to make a comeback and just look to shove waves and just get vision for his jungler.
Do have Lilia, could be in a bit of danger. Ornn still doesn't have flash. They are going to put the Kindred to sleep. Nothing comes from it. Trundle does get knocked up. Ornn are coming in. Wildman Sam does get taken down, and Syndra ults the Lilia to take down for a double kill to the red side.
Lilia just being bullied out of her jungles. Syndra's too strong with the first roam all the time. Victor could be caught out here.
There's a collapse inbound. Victor is going to be caught. Yeah, that's it. Another kill to the Syndra here.
Victor dead. I think the real humans will look to Drake very fast here. Already a 4k gold lead.
Trundle getting a nice plate there. He's looking to proxy the wave here.
Good decision. He can't ever look to fight Ornn now that Ornn already has Hollow Radiance, so his best bet is to just proxy while he knows Kindred's down bot farming Dragon.
Yeah, that's a free
jungle
Drake for them.
camps.
Jhin by himself, he's probably going to look to play very safe here. They're going to struggle to engage on him. Doesn't have his W up though. Chris down 40 CS on the Syndra at the moment. Bot lane looking pretty even. Just over 20 CS down in the top lane. Even again in jungle. Oh, Wildman's caught in bot lane. He is going to jump out to safety though. Ult does come down from the Leona there. Doesn't catch anyone though. About 1,000 gold up. Ooh. Okay. We've got a flash coming from both Braum and Jhin with an ult from Braum. Looks like Chris does manage to just escape from that. Syndra are going down. Doesn't kill him though. Sleep coming in from Lilia and nothing comes from it.
What do you reckon? Paragons is going to try and come back from this?
It's going to be quite hard, I reckon. They've got a lot of work to do if they are going to come back. That's Ornn engaging on the Trundle. It's not. He is going to follow up with an R. Just misses his knock up on the R. Lilia in trouble in the jungle too. Does get taken down. Trundle is also being punched. He's leaving the kill for the Syndra. Only 1-8 to the red side here. Possibly looking for a dive. Leona does have her R up, so it is possible. They're just going to leave it there. Dom just chipping away at this tower up top. Looks like first tower is going to go to Dom. Yeah.
Enemy team have a lot of bounties on them. If Vayne can secure any of them, then there could be a turnaround. But we know Paragons likes to turn the game into a late game scale, so we'll see.
My only issue is hopefully they can get to the point where they can scale, because again, Trundle here is going to get dove. Ult goes down on the Trundle. Ult coming out from Jhin. He's going to flash away from this, but he's still going to get taken down. I think the movements of the real humans here is absolutely phenomenal. They're always together, they're always grouped. They're working very well as a team. Chris is going to look for a bit of poke, but he does lose that trade. Real humans looking to start Rift's Herald here. Trundle TP's down bot. They're just gonna have to leave it.
Trundle getting dived here.
Yeah. Rift Herald also goes down just to secure that tower. But I'm just gonna take it anyway. Trundle doing a good job at just wasting some time here.
I think Paragons accepted that they can't take any Drake fights right now, so they're just pushing for the bounty turret top lane.
Yeah,
Potentially getting tier 2 turret as well.
I agree. I'm gonna take the Drake here though. It is going to be so tough for Paragons to get to late game here.
Especially with Kindred Leona permanently invading the Lilia, denying her from getting any farm at all.
Yeah. I mean, she's actually up on farm, the Lilia. But there's just such a huge gap between top and mid CS right now. Goal difference, we're nearly 2k ahead in mid lane, 2k ahead in top lane, just under 500, just over 500 in bot lane. K ahead in jungle, fairly even, just under 500 for the supports here. Another fight is going to break out here. Kindred is taking some damage. They're looking at the... They need to pick a focus. Ginger Man's looking at the Vayne, but he is going to get taken... He's going to get pushed away by the Syndra. Putting in the work on... He does get taken down. Owen just flashes out. Trundle is walking into the team fight here. Okay, he does get taken down. I think that was always going to be a very rough fight for them to do. 4v5 and they're already behind. I don't think that was the best decision to go in and engage on that.
Fight there wasn't really needed as well, because there was no objective to play for.
Lilia doing what she can to try and get as much gold as she can, farming up a jungle. A nice synchronized back from the real humans. Doesn't put any of them off tempo. One man looking to clear as much vision as he can. Leona and Jin just over this wall, and they're gonna get caught. He does jump away. One man Sam being 2 levels down on this Ornn right now. Does have his Ravenous Hydra though, so he is going to be able to sustain quite a lot. But he's just not dealing damage. And then another fight breaking out in the top jungle. Owen's going to get taken down. One man Sam struggling to beat this Ornn. Ornn just missing his knock up. And have a free Atakan in top here. I think the Paragons need to do as much as they can whilst 3 of their team members are away from lanes. They are going to look to take this mid tower. Syndra is probably going to be able to clear this wave out. Yeah, they just aren't doing enough damage to this tower. It's Atakan taken for the red side. It's going to be so tough.
Trundle's having a hard time trying to split push here.
Yeah.
Ornn is just so heavily ahead. And really well itemized as well, especially with Bramble Vest. Syndra catches the Lilia at her Gromp and solo kills her.
It is going to be tough. The Real Humans 11k ahead right now in gold. That is such a huge advantage. Leona just walking around, getting vision, prepping for the next Drake. Which is up in 22 seconds. But the Paragons are nowhere to be seen at the moment. We've got Victor top. He does have TP, so he can TP to the fight. But I think they're just going to have to leave it. They can't team fight. They cannot team fight at the moment. Real Humans are just too far ahead. Yeah. Oh, we do have 9ball going over the wall to catch the Braum out here. Ult does go down by Leona and Jhin. They are going to find the Braum. Wildman is going to get taken out by Syndra. Chris does back away just underneath Ornn's nose there. Ruggers is going to catch the Lilia. Ornn does get a good knock up here. There could be something big here. Ult goes down by Kindred. The team's asleep. Kindred does get taken down. Oh, but the damage output from the Real Humans is just too big. Syndra is going to take down the Victor here. That's going to be tower to the Real Humans. They could be looking to end here, to be honest. Ornn's walking away. Going to take bot tower too. It's mid inhibitor gone too. Ornn looking to push the top tower in. Just trying to get as much down as they possibly can. Baron is up in a minute, so as much as they can get would be so detrimental to the Paragons here. Now 14k ahead on the red side.
Doesn't look like Paragons can come back from this.
I've got to agree here. Vayne is putting out damage on this Ornn, but he's going to get knocked up. He's going to flash away. Vayne is putting out some big damage, but Kindred R comes out. They aren't going to take them down. Syndra's just walking down on these Braum and Vayne. Jundle is splitting on the bot side. Can he keep up the momentum and try and get as much as he can? They're probably going to look at starting Baron here. I think once they have Baron, I think that's going to be game. Trundle does take the bot side tower. Ornn's going to go and meet him. "25-minute Baron there. Do have Drake up in 1 minute 20 seconds. We're gonna have to see what they're gonna do about this. Still sat at 14k down. Kindred getting the blue buff for her team.
It's gonna be very hard for Trundle to try and split push and cause a
It
diversion
is.
here.
He's so
Paragon's
far
only
under
3
leveled at the
active
moment.
wards.
Yeah,
Vayne gets picked off by the Kindred there.
Vayne
I
gets
think
taken down.
This is game.
This is to be the final push. Trundle's gonna go down 2 in the top side. She's leaving it to the Barom and the Lilia to try and do what they can, but I just don't think there's anything they can do. Kindred does take down the Lilia there. They're going to engage. I think that's it. Wow. Such a fantastic game for the real humans there. They had such good map presence. Oh, going to take down the Vayne in the fountain. GG. That's a good game.
That was quite a one-sided game there.
It was, yeah. It's very unfortunate for the real humans. Sorry, the RAF Paragons. They just couldn't make it to that point where they could scale, I think. I just the presence that the real humans had on the map was just insane. They were moving as groups, so they were never fighting individually. They weren't getting caught. It was a really good game by those guys.
Yeah, they just had good teamwork there.
Yeah,
That Leona was everywhere the Kindred was. Kindred always stayed bot side, so that made bot lane a 3v2 always. It helped that the Ornn comfortably won his lane against the Trundle, which you don't usually see.
yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the next round. I'm going to take a little break here, get a drink, and go to the toilet. We'll be back with you shortly for the next draft. Okay, we are back into the second draft here. Bit short notice. Just sorting some stuff out, and it is 0-1 to the real humans at the moment. We obviously have our band champions that were played last game, uh, as you can see just below. What are you hoping for this game?
I'm just wondering what real humans will lock in top lane now as Ornn has been played.
Yep.
I think Paragon's plan was letting the Ornn go through to try and counter with the Trundle, but that didn't really happen. So I wonder if we'll see another tank top lane.
Possibly. It depends. I think it just depends on what time of team comp they're going to go for. Um, they could go for an aggressive top lane pick.
I'm not sure what Paragon's top laner plays.
He plays a variety of champions, I think. Although I've not seen him much on the Trundle. However, I do see him playing Cho'Gath and Zac quite a bit. So I'm surprised they didn't put in a Zac game there. But I guess it would have also been quite damaging because that would be another scaling champion for them to deal with on their own team.
Is that a Galio first pick, I see?
It is, yes. We have similar bans to the first game on the Paragon side with Lulu and Annie. They've also decided to take out the Renata, and on the real human side they've taken out the Pantheon, Jinx and Zaya again.
Quite interesting here. Both Galio and Shen could be flex picks
Yeah, Galio
for
being with
support.
the mid lane and top, I guess. Could
Well,
possibly be
mid lane,
seeing
top, and
a
support.
yeah. Could possibly be seeing a. Surely they haven't picked Shen top off the bat. They might have. Shen Caitlyn.
I think they're looking for a Shen top, but if there's a counter pick, they'll just send Shen to play support.
Into a Tristana pick here. Yeah, there we go. That's a Zac top, I guess. Could be jungle though. Have to see what the real humans pick here. They do have last pick, so I wonder who they're going to save that for. There's the jungle pick for Vi. I think Vi is such a good uh, team fight champion, especially with her R and her engages. You can always find that backline. Tristana does have her escape, so she can pull the Vi away. She can be detrimental to the Vi, and that means her team will have to push up further to follow. The Silas ban going into a Rel ban. Real Humans' next ban will be Nautilus. Into a Karma ban. Real Humans to do their second to last pick. To a double pick on the Paragon side. Ari pick too. What do you think of the team comp so far?
Quite like real humans draft again. They've got Ari, which is potentially playing into a Galio, and Ari's does quite a bit of true damage, and she can scale quite safely
Hmm.
into the Galio and avoid a lot of engages.
Yep.
We have a Shen top, which is also just a safe laner in general, has good team fighting, and pretty after 6, anyone that engages, they have to be fearful of the Shen ult.
Yep.
Caitlyn's a great pick bot lane because she just relies on farming safely and
I think this is a
just keeping the distance.
potential Galio mid with a Neferi jungle. I have to see what they picked last. A Poppy. That. Hmm. Could
So
be.
Paragons with the Poppy pick. So they've got 3 tankiest champs unless Galio builds AP. Um, it's looking like it'll be hard for Paragons to deal damage unless Tristana is able to scale until late game, which they weren't able to do last game.
Quite a few interesting picks. Just waiting on. There we go. Nami is locked in. We'll have to see about this. See what lane assignments we've got once we get into game. I quite like the Paragon's picks here.
I feel like they lack a lot of damage.
They've got the Tristana and Neferi. Galio does do quite a bit of damage even if he does go tanky. He can go a hybrid build, I think, with tank and AP. And Zac will be very annoying with a lot of CC, especially with the Poppy. Depends on what sort of build Poppy will go for. I assume they're going to go for a tanky build.
I feel like Paragon's team it lacks damage and it doesn't have much poke. Whereas you're playing into a Caitlyn and Ari. That could be very rough, especially
Yeah.
since those laners can't get punished.
Yeah, I feel like
It's very
the
hard to punish those laners.
yeah, I think you're right. I think the real humans have a very strong disengage on their team with the Nami ult. They can quickly get out of there if they need to. Um, but the Paragons have a very good
What do you think
all-in.
about the Neferi pick? Because I don't think it's going to be good into their team. I get that he can go untargetable against Vi for a jungle skirmish, but then after that, who is Neferi going to be engaging on without being jumped on by the Vi and the Shen?
No, I agree there
Plus,
actually.
Ari has 3 dashes.
I think you're right. It's going to be a struggle for Neferi to actually be useful this game. Because his Nami will be peeling a lot for the Caitlyn. Should be saving
Yeah, I'm
her.
struggling to see Paragons' game plan here
Yeah,
because if they do end up losing early, their champs don't have the greatest wave clear, only Tristana.
yeah, you're right. We'll have to see.
Whereas real humans have picked champs which allow them to safely scale into the late game, but also punish missteps.
Yep, 100%. Especially with that Shen taunt. Shen into a an Ari charm. It's gonna be a big pick against the Paragons. They're gonna have to play very safe. Tristana does have an escape. So does the Galio.
Paragons do have a lot of hard CC though. It's just if Tristana can get fed enough to deal out the damage while they lock real humans down.
I agree. We've got just over a minute until we get into the game. We can finally see the comps here. Uh, hmm. MVP for last game?
I'd say Mm, I'd have to go with Ornn. You're playing into a
Yeah,
counter matchup there, and Ornn just managed to notice Trundle's mistakes, poke him down early, which he
yeah,
should lose at, and just didn't allow the Trundle any chances to scale into late. Also answered all of Trundle's pushes, and past 30 minutes, Ornn was split pushing himself with TP up.
yeah. I agree. He
So the roles were reversed there.
did bully the Orn all game. Stopped him from doing a lot. Trundle is one of the worst picks into Orn, someone says. Here we are, into game 2.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Got a pause coming in. Again, just a standard normal 5-point note, as we can see from both teams. I do think the Paragons could have looked at maybe an invade. I've got the Wild Man to jump in with a Galio Taunt and Poppy Stun. It's not the best level 1 starts for them all though, apart from the Poppy. Back into it.
Either team risking it to get some deep vision.
Gonna have to catch up a little bit again.
The game appears to be frozen on my screen. What about
Yeah,
yours?
it'll just be catching back up again after the pause. There you go. How do you feel about the Zac into Shen pick here?
I've honestly not seen that matchup before, but um, Zac should be able to out-sustain the Shen until Shen builds Bramble. But I don't think Shen should build that, or Shen will build that even.
No, I don't think so. There's not many. There's not a lot of attack damage apart from the Tristana. They've got the Nefiri, but she does use her abilities quite a lot. Got engaged by the Tom in top lane. Zac not respecting the level 2 there. He does get chunked for it. He is going to get bullied by the Shen.
Do you think that Zac can redeem himself from last game on his comfort pick?
I'm going to hope so. Do we have another pause coming in?
Another pause here.
Nefiri into Vi jungle. It's I mean, the Paragons do already have a lot of CC, but it's a shame to see the jungle without CC.
Yeah, in my opinion, I'm not sure what they were thinking picking the theory.
Hmm.
Do you think they've gone for comfort picks since the first game went a little rough for them?
I wouldn't have thought so, because their team synergy does work quite well. They've got so much CC for the Tristana to just put out as much damage as she can. We'll have to see. I do like the Paragons team, but the real humans, they have so much disengage on their team into. They also have a really good team fight capabilities. They do have the Galio ult for the Paragons here, which will be quite crucial in team fights. Allows him to get a back off quickly and then get back into the fight. Have to wait
I
for
don't know if you
the.
noticed here, but we have both junglers pathing bot side, so there could be a fight and scuttle here.
The blue side do have a ward up on their blue buff, so they are going to know that Vi is on our bot side. It'll be crucial for the bot lane here to try and get some vision, just so that they know when the Vi's pathing towards the Scuttle Crab. Let's see what happens here.
Galio going for an engaged mid, but looks like he's quite low on mana now.
He has taken some damage. Vi's going to be the first one to the Scuttle Crab. They do have vision in the Tribush and the River Bush, but they aren't going to see the Vi taking the Scuttle. She is going to look to back. She probably could end up doing a double crab here. Neferi not able to gank bot as they're pushed in, so she's going to walk up to Scuttle, I think. Shen is already walking down for vision of it though. Did he spot the Neferi there though? Does
Don't
take
think
the
he
Scuttle.
did, however, Vi's pathing top side.
Neferi does. Neferi is spotted by the Vi here. Not sure if he knows that he's on vision. Again, Chris on such low mana, it's going to be hard for him to do much in terms of a fight. Fortunately, Tristana does get caught by that bubble. A lot of damage being put out by that Caitlyn there.
Vi just being an absolute nuisance top side right now.
Yeah. She does have a camps up that she isn't farming though. She's looking to try and steal this Grump, I believe.
She has vision.
Does get it. Ari's walking up, but I think Neferi does get away here. Shen is TPing down. It looks like they're going to fight here. He does get taken. Vi does have to flash to get out though. That is also a kill for the Tristana on bot lane, which we just missed. Allows Vi to steal the rest of Neferi's camps on her side. And she's going to back and probably look to go for her red, but Drake is up. She's pathing towards it, actually. Old man Sam really struggling at the moment. Just being bullied so much by that Shen. Does get taken down. He still has his passive up. So he's probably going to be able to respawn here. Ginger Man being caught by a bubble into a Caitlyn Q. Another fight for the Scuttle Crab. Wildman getting a deserved back.
His first back of the game.
There it is. He's going to look to immediately engage on the Shen here. He is putting out the damage, but Shen does still have his taunt up. It goes out. Wildman taking so much damage from that trade. Does have a lot of sustain in lane though once he starts using his abilities. Vi at the moment soloing Drake. Looks like the Paragons, they are aware of it. They do have a ward on it. Fury preparing to go for the grubs there. Is engaging. Shen does miss his taunt. Poppy does get he does have to flash. Just escapes before that Caitlyn trap goes off. Fury doing the grubs at the moment. She has taken one. Vi is pathing upwards. Looks like they're going to get 2 grubs. Going to forfeit this last grubs here, which I think is quite smart. They do have the Shen TP back up. Well, Shen ult, sorry. Vi invading the Fury's jungle again. Doesn't find anything though.
It looks like she's pathing top to for a gank on Zac here.
Shen does land.
Oh, into a vial.
Yeah, they are gonna take down the Zac there. So Shen being up 15 CS or so at the moment on the Zac. All lanes seem pretty even, just over 30 CS, just under 30 CS ahead for the mid lane at the moment. Galio does have that magic barrier. I think if the Paragons keep going the way they're going, they might be able to do a bit better than what they did last game. But again, with the Vi on the real human side, she just has so much map presence. Especially with that Shen TP, Zac needs to keep as close as he can to make sure that he stops any Zac TPs.
Look at Red Side's vision control in the Drake pit.
Yeah,
3 control boards.
Got vision everywhere.
blocking all exits of Vi's bot side jungle. Vi with the flash Q engage onto the Tristana.
They do find the Tristana with the Kaelin ult. Fatal Warfare does go to the real humans here. Nami picking up that kill on the Caitlyn. Does land a bubble, but I don't think it's enough to take down the Poppy. Vi is still lurking around in their jungle. It could lead to a potential dive. You know, I've got to say, I haven't seen Wildman extend further than his further than the river. He has been under tower the entire game, other than when waves crash.
Yeah, he's managed to keep a good freeze there. But to be fair, the one time he pushed out into the Shen, the Vi came through a gank, and it looks like it's going to happen again here.
Yeah, looks like he might get caught. Shen does have his ultimate up, which he is going to use on the Vi. He does not get his jump off. Shen taunts him just in time.
His jump.
He does get taken down, but he's still in his passive. Don't think he's going to be able to regenerate in time, though. No, he does get taken down. Blue team are taking Drake here.
With Vi top, though.
It's not a bad trade-off. Zac has already... Well, that's Zac's second death. They're looking for an engage in mid, but Ari does use that R to get away. She still has 2 dashes available for her to use. Galio does get a 2-man root taunt off. Does take quite a lot of damage. And Fury is looking to still fight this. Poppy and Tristana are walking up in the mid-river. Do manage to disengage. And that's what I said earlier. I think the real humans have such a good ability to disengage from fights and get back to safety. With the RER... Nami they are looking to engage back on to... He does get his flash off. Doesn't land the taunt on the Ari. Could have been a very good kill opportunity there. They might be able to punish that flash with another gank mid. Rift Herald just spawned. Gonna see which side chooses to go for it. Nami could be backing to rotate up for it. Decides to stay in lane. Poppy is walking up the river. Could be a big team fight coming up. It will be 4v3. Tristana just needs to play a bit safe, not give a kill. Zac is putting out a bit of damage to this Shen, but I don't think it's enough. Shen's damage is big. Vi's going to have to escape here. They do let the Rift Herald reset. Shen does get the taunt off on the Zac. He does flash. Shen is just being a nuisance to this Zac at the moment. Ari does go top to pick up the kill. Oh, Poppy just missing the wall with the knock. Shen is going to TP onto this Vi. He's going to get knocked up by the Galio. They are going to pick up the kill on the Fury here. And the kill on Galio. He does send the Ari flying with her ult. Looks like first tower is going to go to the red side. Ah, Tristana does die to the Caitlyn there. One to 8 for the real humans there. Them being 6k gold up now. Team-wide bounties at the moment. Any kill is worth much more than just a regular kill at the moment. I think the Paragons need to look for a pick on a champion. It looks like it's going to be Shen. But Neferi does get spotted and Shen walks away. Nami is looking to be a nuisance for the Neferi here. So we've got another fight breaking out for the Rift Herald. Just depends on which team wants it more at the moment. Feats has already gone towards the real humans, with them taking down the first tower and getting feats of warfare. Now he does flash. Could potentially be looking to get a kill on this Caitlyn here. Nami does use her R to get away. They're going to keep up the fight though. Vi is in the back line, waiting for them to carry on. Shen does... Ari does TP in too. Tristana managing to W out to safety, leaving Neferi and Poppy to fend for themselves. Galio does decide to ult in here. Tristana slowly walking up into the fight. There is a 4-man stun by the Shen. The Galio, sorry. He is going to die, and Tristana's also going to get picked up. Neferi's also going to get taken out by the Caitlyn R there. How do you think that fight went?
Because of Real Humans' ward placement, Ari was able to come in for a good flank angle and close out the team fight. I'm wondering why Neferi's looking for picks on Caitlyn and Nami and pushing so far, overextended into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, I agree. They
Real
were very
Humans'
deep.
jungle. It's
You're right.
they're too strong right now, and with Caitlyn and Nami, they have so much disengaged that is it really worth it?
You're right. Poppy does sacrifice her life and doesn't get the Drake there.
Vi looking for a potential dive on the Zac top. Shen building Bramble Vest does just counter Zac's kit entirely.
Shen might pick... Zac might pick up a kill here. He does. Okay, he gets 1,000 gold from the Shen takedown. Tristana's walking up to maybe get a look at this Vi. I think Vi just escaped, so just fast enough.
Well played from the Zac there.
Yeah, I've got to agree. That was a very nice counter dive. I think Zac's such a good champion for that, though, with the amount of CC he has and his ult.
And his passive was up as well. That misplay from the dive there leads to Paragons potentially getting the Atakan.
Looks like they're probably going to be able to. They don't really have a front line anymore. They do have the Vi, but she does get knocked away. So now Poppy is just going to try and push away the Poppy here. The Caitlyn. They do manage to secure the Atakan. Ult going out for the Caitlyn. Tristana. Tristana does barrier, but it does get blocked. Zac looking to fight the Vi here. Shen, Caitlyn and Nami walking down to try and catch him. I think it's just too overextended there. I think that's a bad fight to take from the Zac. It's going to be a tower to the real humans with the Rift Herald. It's going to be taken to mid. Not a bad shout. What do you think the Paragons have to do to try and claw back this game? They're just under 10k down.
They need to try and just play for waves. Get as much waves as they can and try and get bounties. There's 4 bounties up on real humans right now. Try not to force fights.
Yeah, this is a rough looking fight. Okay, Galio does TP in. He's probably going to get caught here. He's going to get knocked away. Nefiri does get taken down. Galio's going to get taken down too. Just Poppy's going to be able to get a back off. Shen is going to get his torn on the Zac. Zac is regenning a lot of HP here. Just able to out-sustain. He's back up to full HP. Zac moments. Caitlyn does diving under the tower for the Poppy. Zac is doing a really good job at just being a nuisance and regenning so much HP from his blobs here. He doesn't have his ult anymore, so it's going to be hard for him to do much. He is going to get taken down by the Shen. We do have Drake coming up in 50 seconds. Bubble just missing the Galio there. Galio just misses his knock-up on the Shen. I think that would have been huge for them to get that Shen taking tower shots. Ari does dash in, just hits the Nefiri dogs with her charm. Kaelin does take down the Tristana in the back line. Shen TP's in. After a back, Shen's going to take some tower damage here. Zac's going to get knocked up. He's fighting a one-man army here at the moment, Zac. Vi is able to dive on the tower and take the Nefiri down. They're going to TP to the mid lane. I think that might be game. Very unfortunate for the RAF Paragons. Very well played to the real humans. Paragons just weren't able to survive into the end game to scale.
That's right. I don't think real humans did anything special there. They just played very safe champs and punished mistakes that Paragons made.
Yeah, I agree. Again, like I said, the real humans just had a team comp that allowed them to choose whether they wanted to fight or not. And if the Paragons decided to engage on them, then the real humans could just back off and not fight. But
Yeah,
at the same
exactly.
time, with their engage capabilities with the Nami ult and the Vi ults, especially with Shen, since he was so tanky, it's a very rough game for the Paragons to get a pick. I think they did very well for what they were up against. Very good games from both sides. MVP for this game?
MVP. Do you know what? I'm not too sure. Every player on their team just played exceptionally well.
Mm,
No one stood out to me in particular. Probably just have to give it to To the Shen.
Yeah, his ults were very good, very well timed, great with the engages. Uh, I can't lie though, I think the Caitlyn played very well. 11, 1 and 6. She was able to get into those backlines, taking down the Tristana quite often.
That's true. With a lot of help from the Vi as well.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, that is 2-0 to the Real Humans there. And that will be the end of tonight. Thank you guys for coming to watch the Week 2 Division 1 Real Humans versus RAF Paragons. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time for Week 3.